I will eventually figure out exactly how it works and why it works the way it does, but I still don't understand our own economy. I don't think a lot of people really do, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you print $1 trillion, you don't really care because it's just still money, but why did that print? Who got to print it? Where did that money come from? Where's it going, right? So this is all, those are all questions that I have of regular finance. The same type of questions I'm sure you would have of, cryptocurrencies,
well, isn't
right?
there like our economy, like the American dollar, it's based off the gold standard and like how much
Correct.
gold, like it equal to the gold standard. So
Right.
if we print more money, then it isn't worth the same amount.
No, it's not, and we've
It's
known that for a
devaluing
while.
it.
Yeah.
And we've printed, and I have the actual.
Isn't it like
number.
30% of
60%
60% of our money right now?
money was printed in the last 6 months.
What?
6 to 9 months. I have the actual stat.
So they're like
But-
I think I got it from you. They're like devaluing our currency basically.
Yeah, and it's intentional. And then if you look at like a lot of these more professional people who are in the actual like Wall Street and everything, they're using cryptocurrency as a hedge against inflation because that's where we're heading right now.
Yeah.
Everything's going up in price. Everything from obviously gas, but even freaking beef jerky. I mean, anything and everything, right?
is.
Yeah. It's all going up, and it's really just because of how much money we've literally just been printing. Like we've been printing like it's going out of style.
It went from thanks Obama to thanks Biden.
And my bad, it's not 60%. It's 25% of our nation's money was printed in the last 6 months. And 1% of the people, like the top 1%, they own 30% of our fucking supply. So they own 30% of all money, right? So you got like the big names, obviously the Rothschilds, the Soros. You have all these big people who are always going to be big and rich. And they're starting to try to put stops to the little guy, us winning, right? Because that's what we're doing right now. Like, believe it or not, we're down a little bit, but we're fucking winning. Right, because we're doing something. We're not putting our money in an old bank anymore, and banks are freaking out about it to the point where now banks are trying to go to Senate and trying to have this laws and bills passed that we, hey, you can't make this much. If you do, it's this much, and they're trying to make it very hard for us to make money, because I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking easy. It's really easy right now to make money. Literally, if you do what's called staking. When you put your money into an actual bank, it's not yours. It's not there. You think it is, and you look at your phone and you're like, all right, hey, it says I have $4,000. But if you go into your bank and try to withdraw that, they're going to put up a fight because yes, it is your money, but they need to also be full, right? They need to have their money in them, otherwise they're worthless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what I'm doing specifically to start making even more money on it is I'm going to start staking my money. And that's basically where I'm telling the exchange bank, right? Not really a bank, but the exchange that I'm using. For instance, crypto.com is the one I'm using and the one that I have you on too.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you start staking that, let's say you put in $1,000 and then you get it depends on the actual cryptocurrency that you stake, but you can get up to 20% APR on your stake, right? So that's like saying, like when a bank says, "Hey, open up an account with us," and you get 1% APR for opening a savings account. Fuck your 1 point APR. What is that going to give me? Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It won't even pay for the electricity I use on my phone to get it out. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to give you like $10 on your $1,000.
The only thing that was helping, like we have a lot of our money in like a high yield savings. And that was paying out huge every year.
Right.
But once COVID hit, those numbers fell.
Yeah. And if you look at what the cryptocurrency and the crypto world has done through this whole thing with COVID, we haven't devalued. We've increased in value exponentially. Like I can't even wrap my head around some of the numbers I'm seeing. Like I didn't make a lot of those plays because I was tied up in that in specific things. But where's it going with this? Oh, the staking shit. But yeah, if you.
I'm gonna be honest
There
with
you
you.
go.
I'm kind of retarded.
I was waiting for you to hit that one. No, but like if you start staking it, you're basically loaning. You're letting the exchange use your coins however you need to, but you
They're
also
becoming the bar.
correct.
Yeah.
But they're also giving you coins back. Right?
As interest,
So as
basically?
interest, right?
That's
so
awesome.
that's pretty much what it comes down to as far as staking goes.
Okay.
But I could go way deeper into it, but that's the gist of it, right?
Yeah.
But there's also something that I'm not so much concerned about, but something that I'm concerned about for my friends and family is that when they start to get into this, you know, you see all these dumb coins out. There's a coin called Cum Rocket. Like there's a fuck Joe Biden coin. Like anyone can kind of mint. Anyone can mint a coin, but you have to know where you're putting your money is a thing. So like you can't just run out and get the next new shiny coin. Like you have to do your research on this because there's people that are losing fat loads of cash every single day, every single minute.
Hundreds of different currencies out
there.
there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're in the thousands if I'm being honest.
We are now?
I believe so.
Damn.
Because there's a couple hundred just on the one app that we have.
Yeah, that's what we were looking
Yeah,
at.
and there are and you can't even trade all of those. But so the way that it works is like, hey, if you want this one rare coin that people are buying up right now, one, do your research, but don't like just go to the website. Go find out who developed the coin, who's the dev that worked on it, what did they come from, who are they, right? Go to LinkedIn, go to the Twitter page. Make sure you're doing your full-blown research on these smaller cap coins.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the big coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin, obviously,
we have
Solana,
Crow,
Ethereum.
Ethereum,
Yeah, so when you start
Doge.
looking at those, you're fine. You can just keep rolling with it
Shiba.
because
Those are the four.
those are so secured in their ways that there's no risk.
I mean, it's
there's
a
a risk for
continual,
everything, but
yeah.
Yep. Doge is another one too. That one is the way that Doge works is kind of weird, man, because there's an unlimited supply of Doge coins. So they're always creating more Doge coins. So the price theoretically shouldn't be going up, but it is.
That's weird.
So because that's just how many people are buying it, right? That's
Okay.
because you have
It keeps
dudes like
pushing it up.
Elon Musk pushing it and all these other kind of people.
Well, he's accepting. Is he accepting Doge for
For
purchase of
Teslas,
Tesla?
yeah, he's Doge and Bitcoin. You can pay for both of those.
I'm waiting for that to show up on like Venmo and stuff.
Oh,
You
it's
can
already
pay.
there.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
It's there. It's on Cash App.
Oh, okay.
On all these kind of things where you can buy, sell, and trade. And it's
crazy.
it's even becoming even more widely adapted because you have celebrities and athletes saying that they wouldn't be paid in cryptocurrency, right? And as soon as that kind of happens, then you have there are hundreds of millions of friends who are like, hey, well, I should probably do that, right? Or what is this
Oh,
cryptocurrency
God,
thing?
just wait for the Kardashians to decide to do that.
Right. And which
booty coin.
one they're gonna go with, you know? But yeah, it's
fake booty
It's
coin,
not.
sorry.
I'm not gonna say it's any more or less dangerous than keeping your money in a bank because banks can go under just as easy as a crypto can go under. You
Yeah.
know, if you look at the wide picture right now of everything that's going on with China, we have this Evergrande defaulting on $600 billion. And basically, the Chinese economy is fucked right now. I don't know if you guys have heard any of this.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why our market has been so fucking bad the past couple of days is because you had this massive, the biggest builder of Chinese real estate just went under. And
That's not good.
It's not
I mean,
so
it's
much
okay.
that just one went under. It's they have their hands in everything. So everything's starting to crumble over there in China.
Well, and a lot of the Chinese real estate and builders and stuff have been doing a lot of stuff over here too, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, if one goes down there, then there's a lot less that money.
So,
going,
so housing is going to go down significantly here.
Yeah.
So think of, I'm not sure if you were involved in it or understood it. I didn't at the time. But if you look at the 2008 financial crisis and what had happened, you need to think that times 100 is what we're stepping into. And this isn't something that I'm just saying like to freak people out, but like I've studied this shit myself, right? I've looked into this. I've done my own research. I don't just start pulling out numbers out of my ass unless I know for a fact what's going on.
Yeah.
Except that $600 billion number. I think it's 600 billion.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But yeah,
600
so
billion, trillion.
yeah, so you've got to be. Things are going to start going up, and the number one hedge against all of this is cryptocurrency.
Okay.
Because it's decentralized.
Yeah.
So that means there's no actual bank that can go under. It's if cryptocurrency dies, it's because the internet died. right? So think of it that way. So when let's say you sold a Bitcoin to somebody and you didn't mean to, or they scammed you, you can't just call up Bitcoin and say, hey, this happened, shut down my card. No, like it's decentralized. There's no one to call. It's your fault, right? And that's what I really personally like about it, is that there's no middleman. Like when I buy my coins, I'm buying them from my exchange.
It's just there's an app that you use, but it's not like you can't call crypto. Yeah.
Right. Well, you can call crypto.com because it's an actual company. So crypto.com that we're using, yes, it's an app. It's a company. It's a holding company.
Though.
It's a platform. But they're also an exchange, so they also hold their own cryptocurrency, right?
The Crow.
So
right?
Crow,
yeah, exactly.
So they are actually in charge of their own currency. That's why they give so many Crow to people who sign up and stuff, is because they can, because they own it.
Okay.
But another thing that you have to start looking into when you're starting to buy and sell and trade, and if you think it's a good thing to get into, you got to start looking into the actual market cap. How many coins are minted, when they were minted, what they're worth, right? So there's so much stuff.
Yeah, it's like a full-time job trying to manage all this.
That's
all
the thing
trading.
is like, that's why I've personally started doing like significant deep dives on this stuff, is because I'm kind of passionate about it now. For one, it's the easiest money I've ever made. My bad. It's the easiest money I've ever made. It's the quickest money I've ever made.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that, make sure it's all good. The angle.
It's the easiest money I've ever made, right? So I've always liked the idea of my money making money for me, and you can do that, like I said, in a regular bank account. But you're looking at like 1% a year. What is that? You know, maybe $20-$30.
Yeah, I know. I was depressed seeing like what our percentage went down to with our APR, because it was really, really good.
Yeah.
And then,
so when I signed up for this crypto.com app, I did an unlock bonus where I got $25 worth of crypto Crow for free. So he got it too. But when
Did you get something when I used your code? No?
I'd have to check. Okay. But when I started it, this was back when our coin was only worth 6 cents. And it was 180 days. And the way that the timing just worked, that $25 is now $2,500. And I can pull it up right here. So that's how much it appreciated in value, just sitting there, waiting for me to unstake it. And so that's why staking is such a big deal. That, and I get like, you will also get them too when you start staking, is like you also get rewards back in crypto. Like today, I went to go buy Tracy not a birthday gift, a Christmas present at Target. Used my crypto.com card. Bam, got crypto back.
so how do you do the staking though?
It's just in the app.
and stuff?
Yeah, it's just in the app. Yeah,
Cool.
you literally just open it up. You go to earn, select it.
Is there a higher risk or anything doing the staking?
It's not because, with this app, it's not really, because they're already insured. They're backed by everything.
Okay.
So if the app goes down, you get your money back.
So are they a part of the FDIC stuff too?
They have to be to a certain extent.
That's what I was wondering, if they were held to that
you
same-
wouldn't. Exactly. So they're held to the same standards as banks and lending companies. So that's why you only go with these big names. There are probably 150 different exchanges out there. Some of them are pretty sketchy. Some of them are just some dude in his house that is exchanged. But that's why you really need to do your research on all this shit right now, is because we're so fresh into this. Think of it this way, right? When the internet was starting, you had law offices and you had Congress saying you cannot use the internet because we don't know about it yet, right? You can't send an email because we don't know about it yet. Now look at it. It's everything. It runs our entire lives, right? Yep. So that's how I'm looking at cryptocurrency.
Jump into
we are
it now.
in the early phases of the internet.
We're in the .com
We're
phase.
in the .com phase.
Oh, what the fuck that was? That was me breathing just now. That weird ass noise. I don't know what that was.
Wait.
I don't know. I was just breathing in. It was something like just in the middle of my
That was
throat.
creepy.
I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay, I'm
Can't do
good.
it. Oh my god, that was a beep. It's like,
Oh my god, what's in here?
yeah, I was like,
Okay, anyways, guys. So, no, I'm
what's
leaving
said.
that. I'm leaving that in
No.
there. That's hilarious. Being comfortable with violence is a must nowadays. whether it's in a parking lot, a store, at school, or church. If you're faced with violence, you got to be comfortable with it. You got to have that violent vibe about you. So if it happens, you already have that. You don't have to get in that mode. You're already ready to go. I'm trying to mix two different ad reads in one because we're switching the names over, right?
Yeah.
So, check out comfortablyviolent.bigcartel.com. Use the promo code TD20 for 20% off. And, go to @violent_. Go to @violent.
Come on, man.
My brain just reset. Go to @violent_vibe_tribe on Instagram to check out all their shit. And I think actually Till Death Studios, me and this one over here are going to be doing some designs for them too, which is pretty dang cool. Everyone, jerking each other off. It always helps. Just a little circle jerk.
It's a group effort.
The little double Dutch rudder. Remember what that is?
Oh, God. I don't want to know.
It's where...
Stop.
No, it's where you grab, two...
No.
It's like where two dudes are grabbing their own dicks, but, you grab the guy's arm, so you're kind of... Oh, man. So you're kind of...
Stop.
You're kind of jerking him off, but you're not really... It's not gay, because you're not touching his dick. He's touching his dick, so you just... It's like if someone did this... but you're doing it at the same time, so it's like gay but not gay. It's like gay because you're seeing another dude's penis, but it's not gay because you're touching the dude's penis. So anyways, go check out comfortablyviolent.bigcartel.com and @violent_vibe_tribe to check out their shit.
Sorry, Nick.
Go do it. Double Dutch rudder.
That's crazy to think about.
Right?
So
that's
whatever
where
that
there's so
span
much
of time
money.
was.
Yeah.
And think of it. So we're talking probably 1995, 1996 is kind of when it started coming on air.
Stages of that?
So if you would have gotten it, let's say you went and bought 40 different domain names, and I don't even think people knew what domain names were back then, but if you went and bought 40 domain names, you could easily flip those things and sell them for millions of dollars back in the day, right?
I remember on Good Morning America, it was Bryant Gumbel and Katie Couric, and he was they were talking about email, and he's little.
I just watched that. Yeah.
It's
like a
thing.
What is
with
that?
a circle around it.
So that's how early we are in this stuff, and then you also have things being built on top of cryptocurrency, right? So the blockchain is what it's referred to as. That's the actual math equations being blocked out and chained together, right?
Math is racist.
That's what is all kind of it kind of comes down to, right? But you have apps that are being made on these blockchains. Mm-hmm. You have other finance apps. You have games being built on these, and then you have this whole other thing that we're even. It's unfathomable how early we are in it, but the metaverse. Right?
Oh, God.
Yeah, so that's a whole other thing, right? So you have cryptocurrencies that you can buy right now that are linked to that metaverse, but that metaverse is happening whether we like it or not, period.
We can buy a house in the metaverse.
You can buy a plot. I tried to buy one the other day.
There's literally virtual
land
real estate.
Yeah.
And I was just talking.
Yeah.
I was just telling her that there was a couple that got married in the metaverse.
Oh, that's a little too much for me. But
they had a ceremony and everything.
This is just weird.
I'm not looking at this. My thing about this is I've always been the freaking out in the woods, up in the mountains type of guy. And me deep diving into this whole
preparing
is kind of weird for me because it's not what I like to do, but I like to make money off of it, right? So my thing is I'm going to make as much money as I can early, get the fuck out and go live somewhere. Go live in the woods somewhere.
It's a real thing. And you brought up a good point with this whole a potential of a bigger 2008 happening in the near future. We've been talking about this at work, just trying to prepare for stuff. And
I'm going to say probably by February, things are going to be scary.
Yeah, and that kind of came up because just for us, in our place, since we're renting, we were talking about, okay, so what's our timeline for how long we're going to stay here?
Right.
When we're going to, buy a house, or are we going to stay here or moving out of state? What are we doing? Mm-hmm. But it's kind of all based on what's going to happen over this next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why we were kind of excited about getting into the crypto thing too, because it's, a little bit of extra money. I mean, I know we're amazing on here, but we don't make a lot of money doing this podcast yet. So tell everyone to subscribe. But yeah, no, it's I that's why I wanted her to get more knowledgeable about this stuff, and because you had showed me, and like I'm not the biggest financially
I'm not either
smart person, so like
I'm
when
learning,
it comes
though.
to anything, so she's been the one that's helped me with my credit, with like all this stuff, and like learning some things here and there. So I wanted her to be able to have more knowledge about it, because we obviously Christmas presents, you know, all this stuff, holidays, so we were going to throw a bunch of money at it. Like I got the $25 in the crypto coin, and then from you, or from, you know, your link, and then we put $20 besides that into it, just a couple little things
just
here
to
and there.
get used to the process and see what we're doing with it.
So here's something else that we can do at some point that I kind of just thought of, is we can send crypto directly peer to peer. So I don't have to send it to my exchange and then cash it out for fiat and then send it to you.
Okay.
I can just send you Crow at any time, right?
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
So what I'm thinking that we start doing after Christmas and everything, right? This might be illegal, but I send
Shut off the
you.
cameras.
I send you enough. I send you enough coins to get you to get the higher tier staking.
Yeah.
You do it for 180 days. You make a shit ton of money on whatever you're staked.
Yeah.
Then you send that back to me. Then I can do it for 180 days. And then we can go up another tier once I make that.
Oh, okay.
We can just send it back and forth. I literally just thought about that right now.
what is the minimum to be able to do this staking then?
I think it's like $5. It's almost nothing. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
So we need to.
But obviously, the more you do, the better.
Before
right?
you get on that thought,
Yeah.
I'm gonna redo the cameras. Pause real quick.
Well, no, like you're right, Nick, on this whole like 2008 times 1,000 happening. I was wondering, because a lot of people, like I've been reading up on that, and a lot of people are saying, no, there's not going to be another 2008 because it was a totally different scenario back then with the housing market crash and all that different stuff. Because that's kind of why I was reading into it, because I'm following the trends and trying to see with like housing prices.
Yeah.
Well-
So along with that whole, the reason why a lot of people aren't saying it's going to be as bad or it's not going to be like that is because there's some people that just can't wrap their heads around how bad it's going to be.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a denial thing. But
Well, I mean, were we printing money back in the 2008 time?
I don't know about that.
What I'm
But
saying
it's
is
not
that
about
makes
how
it
much
worse.
we printed.
Okay.
What you were just saying was pretty interesting about the.
So what was the main reason for the crash?
In 2008.
Yeah.
Wasn't it defaulting on home loans
I don't
and stuff
remember.
like that?
So I knew with the reverse mortgages was one of the issues that we came into.
Subprime shit. And whatever.
Yeah, so it's basically people were, the banks were just getting people to these reverse mortgages, and then they were just defaulting on all those loans.
those
so
predatory
then
loans.
that's kind of like what happened with that. And then the whole market tanked. So that's what they're saying. It's like a whole different ball game
Right.
that we wouldn't experience something like that again because you're not having these reverse mortgages anymore.
Because there's
But
regulations against it.
But it's not saying that just because you don't have that doesn't mean there's another reason that's going to cause this another issue, another crash.
Yeah. So the 2008 thing happened for basically one catalyst is
Yeah.
what started it. But if you zoom out right now where we're at and you count the catalysts that we have against us,
Multiple.
we are pushing probably 20, 30 catalysts, right?
Yeah.
Everything from a supply chain issue to another variant coming out to you have red states versus blue states type of like, I'm not going to let you do this. You're not going to do this. Right. So we are sitting on the verge of fucking catastrophe.
And I hate saying this because we're talking about like there could be a huge problem with the economy, but I kind of get excited with stuff like this because I like going into prepared mode.
Yeah,
like being
right.
able to start. Okay, this is what we need to do. These are the steps we need to take.
So it's being dubbed the Great Reset. And it is.
Yeah.
So this is what we're talking about.
Okay.
And it's also
Well, more of the liberal-minded and the ones that are kind of running all that stuff, the Soros and the all this stuff. they've been trying to do the Great Reset for a while.
Yeah.
So Australia is basically doing over the Canada's has been talking about it for a while.
Yes.
Mr. Blackface up there.
Mr. Blackface Trudeau.
Mr. Pussyhat.
Yeah. But yeah, so you've got to look at everything that we have going against us. And again, I can't stress it enough. And this is just from things that I'm being told and the research I've been doing is the number one hedge against this crash is going to be cryptocurrency.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to look into the staking part.
Yeah, and if you want to get even more secure, just go with Ethereum and Bitcoin. You don't have to touch anything else if you don't want to. If you don't want to do the research like I'm doing about like, hey, I'm looking here for this and this and that, just stick with the tried and true, the big two. You know.
Any specific sites that you follow specifically?
I'll have to send them to you at some point, but there's several apps that I use. Obviously, we have the one that we're both on, but there's another one called Coin Market Cap.
Okay.
And they're basically the data for every cryptocurrency out there. It gives you everything from the real-time data as far as like who's trading what.
I think I was looking at that. It was kind of cool watching the numbers change real time.
Yep,
yeah,
it's cool. I love it. And there's a bunch of other things too, but I mean, if it comes down, just ask me. Like, I will gladly help out anybody who wants to do this because I'm sick of being poor and I'm sick of living paycheck to paycheck. And I'd really like my friends and family to also step it up, you know?
Yeah.
Because this is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. It's coming.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing you can do is to be diversified. So having your money spread out everywhere, not just having it in one. And that's kind of being in my role that I am at work. Like, we're trying to always push people to get diversified by putting their money in these alternate retirement accounts and things like that, and not just, hey, it's in your bank account not doing anything. And that's so important. People don't realize that, and the younger you are, the earlier you can start doing all this, it'll help you down the road.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that definitely I honestly just wanted to kind of touch base on it and kind of give her the basic as much. And that was a lot of shit that you just told me that right now.
No, I'm gonna totally nerd out on that tonight. Now I want to read all about
nerding.
that. Yeah.
You can nerd out for days on this stuff.
And honestly, what we should do is get like a group message going between the three of us.
Yeah.
So, because I know she's gonna have questions, so if she does, she could just send it to the group message, and then I learn about it too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I'm down.
So
I have
something
multiple
that you
news sources and stuff that I pay for.
Yeah.
That way, I don't have to rely on a second or third source. I get stuff
or Twitter.
Immediately. Usually.
Yeah.
Well, Twitter's pretty damn good.
Yeah. But
I use Twitter specifically for my stocks and my crypto. That's really it. That's all I use Twitter for.
The only thing with Twitter though is since it's so polarizing with other stuff, you go there to look for one thing and then you get sucked into
I don't. I specifically, if I see something I don't like, I'll either block that account or something just because I am trying to make that stuff just 100% what I can focus on.
Yeah.
And it's working.
I've never had a Twitter account.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get sucked into that black hole.
You don't really need to, because like I said, whatever I see, I'll pass it on to you guys if you want.
So that would be awesome to do that. But was there anything else that you had questions on or whatever? Because I figure.
I think once I kind of delve into the staking, start reading up on that.
We can do a secondary one on
maybe
everything.
like 4 or 5 months we do like another episode.
So I'll show you right here real quick though.
What
I was referring to was the staking. So right now you can earn up to 12.5% for 3 months if you
it's 180 days.
If you stake different things. And then these numbers along the side right here, they change the actual percentages.
That's what I've been.
But
that's what I was
here
saying.
It says, all right, well, if you stake Bitcoin, you have 6.5%. If you stake Ethereum, 6.5, right? So there are some that are up to 12, like Polygon, Polkadot. Like you have these bigger names that are.
Sorry, the names.
Dude, there's a lot of wild ones.
I mean, so maybe
Charizard coin or something.
I guess. The question I have is, what's the downside to it? Because it just seems too easy to be able to make money off of this.
The downside is the fact that we're so new into it that we don't know the actual regulations that are going to be coming through from the government.
Well, that and you're out, like some of your cash would be tied up in
Correct.
this. So
yeah,
that's the downside.
That is a downside. But again, once you get once you get the actual card, it's not really tied up, right? Unless you're talking about staking.
Yeah.
But you can still unstake. Like, let's say shit hits the fan.
It's not like you have to have your money staked for 6 months or something like that.
You do in order to get the
So it's kind of like a CD.
Essentially, kind of, right? But if you were to unstake it and pull things out, you would be hit with a small penalty. But I haven't tried that yet, right? But we're looking at, instead of with a CD, what would you get, like 2 or 3%, maybe?
Small,
right? 0.5 sometimes.
Back in the day, it was good.
Yeah.
Not now.
So now you're looking at 5, 10, 12%, and that's not anything to shake a stick at, you know?
See,
Yeah.
I understand 0% of what you just said.
We're not.
The fact that she brought up like, oh, it's like this, it's like that. I'm like, cool. Thank you for telling her.
We're not talking about like a CD, like a compact disc.
That's literally what I was. I was like, the fuck you guys talking about music?
Why are these
I know
CDs
about
so
that.
expensive?
I know about CDs.
Okay, so that's basically, it's just a virtual CD. Or, I mean, CDs were kind of virtual, but
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm getting the gist of it, so this is cool. All
Yeah,
right.
it is cool. And like I said, the coolest part about it is just
I'm ready to
seeing
throw.
your
Let's
money.
just throw a couple $100
Yeah.
at it and see what happens.
Absolutely.
I knew that once the new year came and we were able to like not be spending all and we also just paid for the Honda. We also just paid it off. So
nice.
That's our car now. We have we have no payment. So with that money being spent, because it was a chunk, I'll just say that there, and then also with Christmas and the presents and all that stuff, like it's going to be a little,
It's that, but it's more so. I'm very careful where I invest my money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
That's- I mean, you
our
have to
money,
be.
our money,
Sure.
and I'm not going to just throw money at something and be like, hope for the best. You know,
Yeah.
like, I want to do my research prior.
And that's something that you'll never hear from me. You'll never hear me. So there's different phrases you'll learn too. But you'll never hear me shilling like some bullshit coin just so I can get something out of it, because I'm more in it as the long-term investor instead of like a short-term ride.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, there are some dumbass coins that you could make a quick million if you want.
Maybe.
Yep.
Or lose a lot.
But you could also lose a lot, right? But I'll give you a quick example of how early we're into this. Is that there's a gentleman who paid off his student loan or some shit like that.
Oh, I read about that.
And with the currency that he got back in crypto, back then it was only going to be like $40-$50, but since it's compounded and it's increased in actual value, he could now buy an entire freaking new car with the amount that he paid off.
Yeah.
Just in the rewards that he got back for using his card. Like that's how new we are in all of this.
Oh, I'm so excited. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
cool.
like, woo.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'll definitely get you to nerd out.
All right, cool. Well, we're gonna go to an ad read real quick, and we'll be right back with you with some funny little interview questions. Hey guys, we here at the Till Death Podcast realize that with everything opening up, you might need some new clothes to show off in public. It's scary, I know. But you can rest assured that we've got your back. We have high quality merch and fair prices so you can support your new favorite podcast without breaking the bank. We have a bunch of items to choose from, like this shirt, which is my personal favorite. Oh, it's upside down. See, we got this. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Or, also, this one for the ladies. For my lady, and punch myself in the balls. There we go, it's our old paint splat shirt. We also have tanks, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, yoga pants, beach towels, and even fanny packs. Like this one right here. So just head over to teespring.com/stores and use the promo code NOMOREMASK and you'll get 15% off your entire order. That's no more mask for 15% off. So what are you waiting for? Just do it! Just do it! Go get one. They're awesome. Do it. Also, head over to solo.to/tildeathpodcast for all things Till Death and how to stay up to date with all of our content. Babe, thought laundry was your job.
Get all this merch out of my house.
See what I mean? Anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, so to get some people actually commenting, once they listen to the actual part of the crypto, since there are so many out there,
Yeah.
I for myself want to know
Yeah.
what people's top two coins are. Like if somebody and I hope you use the hashtag crypto, all that kind of stuff in it to get more views of the crypto community.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
it wouldn't hurt to maybe even do like a crypto segment a month or something, you know, just to one, keep you guys up to date with everything, but two, that'll massively drive up y'all's engagement because it's so new right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to have questions.
Yeah.
So I think comment down below.
Yeah, I want to know. So there's three, right? There's more than three, but I want to know the big three, right? If people are more bullish on Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana, right? And
we said Solana?
Solana, right?
Okay.
So people who are watching this who know about crypto, they'll know those big three, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to know personally, like, what's everyone's more bullish on, right? And bullish just means you have more hope that it's gonna go longer, right?
Okay.
Using those fancy terms.
I know there's some people who think that who think that Ethereum is gonna overtake Bitcoin in the very near future.
Okay.
Which if
Bitcoin's
that's
the original.
Exactly. Okay. If that happens, I'm sitting pretty, right? That's a pretty big deal.
I have Ethereum, and then
Like
I didn't.
like
have
a near future, or what are we looking like years down the road?
A year, the end of 2022.
Wait, I think I do have Ethereum.
I know you do.
Pro,
I think you do.
Ethereum,
Yeah.
Doge, and Shiba.
Yeah, there are some people saying that Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin in the long run, and the more I look into it, the more it's becoming. I'm probably going to put a significant amount into Ethereum and just let it sit there.
But I kind of also feel like if that, for lack of a better term, if the rumor that it's going to outperform, if that keeps getting spun, then it's going to build itself.
Exactly.
It's like manifesting.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, really, at that point.
But if anyone out there has any, or if we missed something or kind of misspoke about something, or you have other information, comment down
I
below.
can't wait to hear what people say about my little Bitcoin intro.
Yes.
just throwing out hash rate and shit like that. Like, I didn't describe at all what Bitcoin does.
No,
by the way, but
I still have questions.
yeah, but that was kind of my intro into it, I guess. But yeah,
if you've watched our podcast before, then you understand that's how it usually works.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you like this video, please subscribe and please watch video. It helps us out a lot because we offended all of our neighbors around our house and they hate us and they are now kicking us out. We are being evicted because we say bad things. Respect, freedom of speech.